Good afternoon and welcome to Seekonk High School for our BGSC June Trials and Finals meet. Beautiful day outside, very hot day inside at Seekonk High School as we prepare for day one. This is our distance session. First of 3 days we'll be coming at you live. We have some very interesting updates and features that we're adding to the broadcast for this meet, so we hope you all will enjoy them. For those of you who are on already, so I see we have 18 people on, we need you to click that like button, okay? And there's a reason for the likes, and it's very strategic. So if you're familiar with the YouTube algorithm, the more people that subscribe and like, the higher it elevates these videos in the search. And how that helps us is with recruiting and with college coaches. So when they go in and they type in swim meets, the more people that like our videos, the higher that's going to get elevated into the search results and more exposure for our program. So I'll be reminding everyone throughout the process. So if you're watching on YouTube, on your phone, or on a tablet, no matter where you're watching, you can like the video. It's the thumbs up button. So hit that thumbs up button. If you're already on, we got 15 people on so far. No thumbs down, all thumbs ups. And that'll help us tremendously. Alongside Elisa Pelchat, who's handling all of the camera switching and AV duties with me, I am Jeremy Abreu. Once again, looking forward to a very exciting and long weekend. So we'll start off tonight with the distance session, 4 IM, 500 free, 1,000 free. Tomorrow we will have 13 and unders starting off the day. First thing in the morning, prelims. 12 and unders will be in the afternoon. Then we'll get to the final session at night. So everybody 12 and over can qualify for finals. 10 and under sessions will all be swam as finals, timed finals. So we'll go through Saturday and Sunday will be carbon copies of each other. 13-year-olds in the morning, 12 and unders in the afternoon. Tonight will be finals. Oh, yeah, so it's 11 and up. Sorry about that. Correct. So I see we have people liking the video. Already, we're up to 10. We're up to 10 likes. We have 27 people online. Dan Brosh checking in. Just liked. Good call. Yes. Trying to get the most exposure we can for our team and our swimmers. So I apologize in advance if I remind you of that like thing a bunch of times over the weekend. But it's extremely important. We also have a new setup. So I know we've been doing a lot of different things. In terms of the setup is concerned, the first thing I'm going to show you is we have 3 cameras now. We have a camera at the start position, which you can see right here. We have a little bit of a wide shot, which doesn't quite cover the whole pool, but it covers about 3/4 of the pool. And then on the turn end, we have a dedicated camera as well. So we have 3 cameras, which should suit all of your needs. For sure, as we move along here, we're always tweaking, trying to make things better. As you saw, on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you should see a Gator Swim Club Seekonk branch, and there's a scoreboard there. So that's directly tied into the Daktronic system and the scoreboard here. And that will give, oh, I know what I forgot to do. I do have to do something. Folks, I'll be right back. Good thing I remembered this. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Good thing I remembered that. So you do see a scoreboard in your bottom right-hand corner of the screen. That's exactly what you would see if you were at, let's say, Brown, looking up at the big scoreboard. So you'll see the swimmer name, the place, the time, the splits. You'll see all that. I told you earlier in the messages that I've sent out, emails, Facebook, everything else, if you're watching this from a phone, it's not going to be a good experience for you. So just giving you the heads up, the scoreboard will be small on a phone. If you're watching it on a tablet, on a TV, on a computer, on a bigger device, yes, it'll look fantastic for you. Another thing, you can go to www, and I'm going to put this in the chat right now, www.swimnerd.live, and you can search for BGSC June Trials Finals. And another feature of this software is it will give you a setup similar to Meet Mobile, but in real time. So you know how Meet Mobile, it will take, sometimes minutes, like hours, whatever, sometimes to upload. This will give it to you in real time. So all the places, the splits, so on and so forth. So if you're watching from your TV, you can certainly go to, get on your phone, go to SwimNerd, SWIMNERD.live, LIVE, type in the search bar BGSC June Trials Finals Meet, or BGSC June Trials Finals. It doesn't matter if you add meet at the end. And our meet will come up once it starts. It may already be in there now. So I'm actually going to do that on a window here to see if it's working. Let's see here. Okay, I don't think it's coming up yet because we haven't started officially yet. So we got some definite updates to the program here. One of the things I would ask of everyone again, as we're up to almost 50 people, thank you for joining us today from Seekonk High School. Day 1, June Trials Finals Meet. This is the distance session tonight. 400 IM, 500 free, 1,000 free will be the events tonight. If you haven't already, wherever you're watching this on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up, a like. Click that like button. Today, tomorrow, every session, every day. And here's why. We're trying to elevate the visibility of the Gator Swim Channel as it pertains to college coaches and recruiters and such. And the YouTube algorithm is such that the more people like a video, if I just go to YouTube and I search for swim meet, the videos with the most likes get elevated to the top of that search. So I'm going to say this numerous times during the weekend. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe as well. That's right near the like button. It says subscribe. Very simple to do. Timers have entered the building here. Melissa Lombardi, Kristen Cartwright, Pavel Kosarev, Bethany Rossi, Jess Dansereau, Neil Hartman. And we have some timers that are unfamiliar to me, so we thank them. Whoever they are, they remain anonymous. Maybe somebody can help me out in the chat. If you know somebody that's timing that I didn't mention, let me know in the chat. We have Tiernan Bogosian, I think, head timer. Ray is here. All the coaches, Caitlin, Brian, Coach Chris, Coach Jackie. Officials are all here. As I said, I have Elisa Pelchat with me tonight, helping out. Also tomorrow morning, both days. So a big thank you to Elisa for volunteering her time to help us out here this weekend.
Just a couple of reminders. The warm-up walk-down pool will be open, but it is limited to 12 swimmers at a time. So please just use the pool to warm up and warm down. Don't hang around in here or we'll have to close it down.
So Melissa Hughes, since you're pretty active out here, I see, give me some feedback on the video so far. So camera 1, the start end. Camera 2, kind of a wider shot. Camera 3, the turn end. I'd like to hear some feedback as we go along, folks. That would be great. So Ray's doing some last-minute announcements. We have Event 1, Heat 1 ready to go here. So it looks like we will have a full pool. Actually, we may have an open lane, lane 6. So I'll let you know about that. We may have an early scratch. Officials seem to be ready here. So lane 6 will be open. All Gators here. Lane 1, Dana Lee. Lane 2, Quentin Miguel. Lane 3, Alan Zhang. Lane 4, William Anon. Lane 5, Michael Yang. So top time coming in belongs to Alan Zhang. He's in lane 3, 4:05.72. We're off and running here. 400 IM, Heat 1 of 6. And the scoreboard is working on the screen. I am digging it. Let's hear some feedback on that. I think that's a major, major improvement to the stream. Zhang in lane 3 continues to be in the lead here through the butterfly. He'll make that transition over to backstroke. So Zhang, 16 years old from Gators, 4:05.72 his time. Anon in second right now in lane 4. All right, so we're getting some good feedback on the scoreboard as well. So fantastic. We're up to 52 viewers. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Please pass the link along. Please click the like button and subscribe. Do all of that good stuff here. 4 IM, Heat 1 of 6. Zhang continues to be in the lead. In lane 3, he's followed closely by Anon in lane 4. So Zhang and Anon, lanes 3 and 4, battling it out here in the backstroke portion of the 4 IM. They'll come in and make the turn and transition over to breaststroke. So good pull out by Zhang in lane 3 and Anon in lane 4. Zhang continues to be in the lead by about a body length right now. He's held the lead right from jump here. Okay, so yes, I'm seeing. So here's the thing, folks. I don't have any control over what's on the scoreboard. That's the file that is loaded into the system. So if there is a wrong name or a wrong team affiliation, I have no control over that. So that is. They'll get that fixed, whatever the case may be. So sorry if there's anything wrong. So I'm getting a message. Zhang and Anon are crimson, but they're wearing Gators caps. So I don't think they are crimson. They're being coached by the Gators coach. And it's Anon who has taken over the lead in lane 4. So William Anon in lane 4, Alan Zhang in lane 3. Battling it out, it was Zhang in lane 3, your leader, all the way through. Anon in the freestyle portion has taken over the lead, and he's almost got a body length lead on Zhang here. So we're getting some good comments on the scoreboard. Camera angles are good, scoreboard's good, it's a game changer. Nice. Kelly Hardison, appreciate the comments. So we'll start it off today with a win from William Anon in lane 4. He'll be followed by Alan Zhang in lane 3. So Anon and Zhang 1 and 2. You'll see the places marked in red in front of the names. So the blue lettering is the lane assignment. The red is the place. So it's pretty easy to remember. Looks like everything came out good there, so very happy. We're up to 60 people on the stream. This will be heat 2 of 6. Lane 1 will have Zoe Davis from Crimson. Lane 2, Ryan Connors from Gators. Lane 3, Damian Figet-Kosarev from Gators. Lane 4, Noah Helmer from Storm. So they're from Nashua. We'll get into a little bit about the YMCA of Greater Nashua Storm. Andrew Dew in lane 5 from Crimson, and Pierce Broush, 14-year-old from Crimson, in lane 6. So we have a new team with us here this afternoon, the YMCA of Greater Nashua, the Nashua Storm. They train out of 2 pools, Merrimack YMCA and the Nashua YMCA. They also own a summer camp, Camp Sargent, where they train open water in the summertime. So the Storm became the Storm about 12 years ago, and they were born out of 2 teams, the Merrimack YMCA Marlins and the Nashua YMCA Prospectors. So as we get into some Storm swimmers moving along today, I do have some background on some of their swimmers, so we'll get you that information. We do have Noah Helmer, so he's in lane 4 here, 17-year-old from the Storm. So Noah is a national YMCA qualifier in the 100 backstroke. So congratulations to Noah for that. And we also have one of the coaches of the Storm, used to be an assistant coach with Gators Seekonk back when they were Seacoast. So back when we were SSA. And it was Dave who used to be the head coach for the Seekonk High School boys team for a season back in 2007, 2008. So welcome to the YMCA of Greater Nashua. We're going to call them the Storm as we move along here. We're in heat 2 of 6, 4 a.m. Ryan Connors, your leader in lane 2. Oh, the scoreboard is working perfectly. I couldn't be more excited about this. So, folks, we have worked on this since the beginning of the season. So I first found this company that was doing the software by watching a swim video on YouTube. I saw another club team that had the scoreboard graphic on their screen. I found out who they were. I reached out to their owner. He gave me the name of the company. I found them online. I started talking with them, convinced them to allow us to do a pilot, at least trial it out for a meet before, making any type of purchase. And we ran into technical difficulties here, there, and everywhere. So I believe, was our first long course, quote unquote, long course meet in May, Elisa, or was it April? So it was April. We tried to get it working for April. We couldn't get it working. We tried to get it working for May. We couldn't get it working. We tried to get it working for the first June meet. We could not get it working. And there was all sorts of technical difficulties. So one time we had a serial cable that connects from the Daktronics to my computer, and it was either defective or it was too long for the run. As you watch Ryan Connors here, he'll finish up and go into his final 50. So Connors in the lead in lane 2. Noah Helmer sneaking up in lane 4. He may be in second. Damian Figet-Kosarev in lane 3. So it was between the first June meet and this meet where I purchased a new serial cable. We worked a couple of things out. We actually did a test last night, and I jumped through the roof. As you see, Ryan Connors will take it. 4:25.38 for Connors. Great swim by Ryan. He's been swimming amazingly over the past 4 to 6 months, really going back to the past year. Connors has really come into his own. 4:25.38 the time. It's a 6-second drop for Mr. Connors, so congratulations to Ryan. We'll move into Heat 3. I'll finish the story in 1 second. Heat 3 of 6, Bella Smith from Crimson in lane 1, Grace Bogosian from Gators in 2, Addison Abreu from Gators in lane 3, Holden Brown from Crimson in 4, Owen White from the Storm in lane 5, and Tegan Jeffers from the Storm in lane 6. So Tegan Jeffers was a member of the 2021 NHIA D1 State Championship Bedford High School Bulldogs this past season. So congratulations to Tegan. I believe I had something on Owen here. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so you'll continue to see 4IM action. So we did the trial last night. Ray came to the pool. We set everything up. The data was passing successfully. And here we are, folks. We have now tremendously enhanced our broadcast with 3 cameras and a scoreboard for you. So hopefully everyone is enjoying it. We're up to 50. Well, we're down to 56 people. We lost some people, Lisa. How did we lose people? We can't lose people here on the live stream. We need to gain people. Holden Brown in the lead in lane 4, followed by Abreu in lane 3. So Holden Brown, 13 years old from Crimson. Addison Abreu, 15, excuse me, my own daughter, I don't know her age. Lane 3. Addison Abreu came in with the top time in this heat, 4:43.12, followed closely by Brown, 4:45.02. So, Jeremy Woodsmall, BEA Beautiful. All right. Woody, I thought you were sending me some secret code there. Wasn't sure what was going on, talking about tuition. Maybe you were going to pay tuition for my daughters? I don't know. I was all confused there, Woody. So if you hear me being a little excited about this scoreboard and this part of our broadcast, it is because I am through the roof. I think it looks amazing. One of the next enhancements that we'll make is the color scheme on the scoreboard. You know, trying to make it the best colors for your visibility and maybe try and tie in to the Gators colors. So we'll see. You know, a dark background with lighter letters is always the best for viewing. So Brown is opening up his lead in lane 4. Bogosian has passed Abreu, as has Owen White in lane 5. Jeffers in lane 6 as well. So Bogosian has had a very good breaststroke leg of the IM here. Holden Brown remains your leader. He's in lane 4. Solid breaststroke for Brown. Good glide, good kick. I'm sure many of you out there were watching the Olympic trials over the past 2 weeks. Been an exciting 2 weeks on NBC every night. Getting to watch the Olympic trials. Had some really great performances. Katie Grimes is one that stands out to me. 15-year-old, youngest Olympic team member this year. 15 years old. She qualified in the 800. So Katie Ledecky and Katie Grimes are 2 Team USA representatives. in the 800. Holden Brown remains your leader here. We're going into the final 50. The next group of swimmers fairly close. Looks like Tegan Jeffers in lane 6 is in second. Or Owen White. Again, I don't have to focus as much on the places when you have the scoreboard on the screen, so it's a little, I got to adjust to the style. There, it was Holden Brown taking it, 4:37.34 for Brown. Jeffers will touch second, Addison Abreu third. So actually, no, I was wrong there. It was Brown first, White second, Jeffers third. So we'll move into heat number 4. Lane 1, we have Hope Zayafif from Crimson. In lane 2, Courtney Bogosian from Gators. In lane 3, Emily Richardson from the Storm. In 4, another one of our new teams joining us, the Liquid Space Swim Club from North Kingstown. We have Zachary Prue. In lane 5, Braylon Wilson from the Storm. And in lane 6, Noah Richardson from the Storm as well. So top time coming in belongs to Richardson from the Storm, 4:49.60. She's a 16-year-old swimmer. She's in lane 3. But it is Zachary Prue from the Liquid Space Swim Club who is our early leader in the butterfly. He's followed closely by Courtney Bogosian in lane 2. So Bogosian in 2, Prue in 4. About a tenth of a second separates them as they turn into the backstroke. Thank you for the comment, Dan Broush. Yes, I do know everybody appreciates the live stream for sure. And one thing I was talking to my colleague here, Elisa, about prior to the meet is we definitely need feedback to go to ownership about the live stream. We're going to be back at Brown, most likely. I don't have any inside information on that, but we're crossing our fingers. We will be back at Brown in September for the start of short course season. So we won't be back. We won't be here at Seekonk most likely, hopefully. And with that will likely come the opening of the spectators coming back. And I have heard from, I feel it's been an overwhelming majority of the parents that they would love to have the live streaming continue ongoing. It's opened the doors for friends, family, even parents who can't make it to be able to watch their kids no matter where they are. So we'll definitely need, after this meet weekend, it would be helpful if we had some emails going to ownership, leadership of Gators, of Crimson even, Liquid Space, Nashua Storm, anybody who's here talking about the live stream, because we certainly want to keep it going, and we could really do some cool things at Brown when we get there. So Bogosian in the lead. She's in lane 2. Turned in a very strong butterfly to start off. Breaststroke. Good kick and glide there from Bogosian. In lane 2. She's followed by Richardson. In 3, Prue in lane 4. They're your top 3 swimmers right now. Courtney Bogosian in lane 2. Again, lane 1 closest to the camera. Lane 6, the furthest from the camera. We're in heat number 4 of 6. Event number 1, the mixed 400-yard IM. So some good comments out there on the live stream. I will pass along emails for sure. Certainly will appreciate it. So Bogosian, another one of those Gator swimmers over the past 3 to 4 months, who has been on fire along with Ryan Connors. So Courtney came in with a 4:54.09. Looks like she will improve on that time. We'll see. As she's made the turn for home here. So Bogosian is at the flags. 4:46.32 the time for Bogosian. She'll take first. Second place will be Emily Richardson, 4:46.32. And third place will actually be Braylon Wilson from the Storm, 4:55.88. So you can see the times and places on the scoreboard on your screen. Heat number 5, lanes 1 and 3 will be open here. We'll see another one of our hot swimmers over the past couple months. Elizabeth Guevara in lane 2, a 12-year-old from Gators. Cormac Hughes in lane 4 from Gators. Caroline Blakesley from Crimson in lane 5. Cadence Pham from Gators in lane 6. So Elizabeth Guevara, another hot swimmer coming into this meet, typically battling Lydia Kraft in the 11 and 12-year-old sessions. Guevara and Kraft seemingly rotate back and forth in events. Lydia will win one event, Elizabeth will take the other. They're always battling 1 and 2. So you get your first view of Guevara tonight. Once again, she's in lane 2. Leading the way here, followed by Caroline Blakesley in lane 5. So strong butterfly there from Guevara. She'll make the transition over to backstroke. Cormac Hughes, big day for him. Last day of 7th grade today, baby. Woo! He is an 8th grader, so congratulations to Cormac. Hopefully he'll put together a good day of swimming. And you know what? Even if he doesn't, last day of school, right? Well, you can't really have a bad day on your last day of school. You know, short of something catastrophic, which not going to happen here, can't really have a bad day. So good for Cormac. Congratulations to him as Guevara remains in the lead. And looky here, it is Cormac Hughes in lane 4, occupying the 2nd place position right now. Getting back to that Olympic trials that we saw the past 2 weeks, really, was really nice to see a lot of local swimmers competing. We had Gators Olympic team trials qualifiers. We had some other local representation as well from Bluefish. None of them made the Olympic team, but definitely a great experience swimming in the big pool in Omaha. Definitely something to build off of for the future. I know me personally, I cannot wait for the Olympics. I'm a big Olympic guy. As I would imagine most of you as swim parents will at least tune into the Olympics for the swimming. Some surprises in the trials this year, although I guess due to age, maybe not that big surprise as Ryan Lochte fails to make the U.S. Olympic team. So Ryan Lochte has had a pretty up and down career, but I believe he's the 2nd most decorated swimmer in U.S. history, believe it or not. I think he has 13 medals. So Ryan Lochte at age 36? 36, I believe, was vying for another Olympic team, didn't make it. Nathan Adrian one of our top U.S. 50 and 100 freestylers over the past few years, also failed to make the Olympic team. So he faced some adversity, being a cancer survivor. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make the U.S. squad this year, but the U.S. squad is very talented. A lot of amazing swimmers. Guevara remains in your lead here. Cormac Hughes in second in lane 4. So Guevara will take heat 5 of the 4IM. Cormac Hughes, with his broken toe and all on the last day of school, will come in second when we get there. We're not there yet. I wasn't saying we were done. Still a 50 to go. Hughes could very well catch Guevara. He's a little over a body length behind. Let's see if Cormac can make a move here. Very tiring event. Hughes looks like he's picked up a little bit of steam actually in the past 50 or 75. He's about 2.5 seconds behind Guevara right now, closing the gap. I think if there was another 50 or 100, he may have had a chance to do it, but it will be Elizabeth Guevara in lane 2. 5:14.61, Hughes 5:16.25. So congratulations to Elizabeth Guevara. She'll be your Heat 5 winner. Hughes in second. Caroline Blakesley from Crimson in third. That'll take us to our 6th and final heat of the 4IM. We'll have a full pool with the exception of lane 6. So lane 6 is open. Lane 1, Samantha Ikabuchi from Crimson. Lane 2, Evan Frechette from Gators. Lane 3, Sadie Gagnon from Gators. Lane 4, Faith Ellen from Crimson. And lane 5, Trevor Smith from Crimson as well. So it looks like Ikabuchi and Smith, both from Crimson. First time swimming the 4IM for both of them. Gagnon comes in with the top, well, I don't know if this is a made-up time. She comes in with a 5:55 flat. Typically, those double zeros made-up times, but that could be her time. Faith Ellen, 5:57.43. So it's Gagnon in lane 3, your leader early. Just noticing we do have a little bit of an obstructed view on the turn end camera with a couple coaches down there in lane 1. Can't really avoid that, so we apologize for the obstruction. Yes, and Melissa Hughes makes a good point. They talked about this on the telecast. The extra year delay on the Olympics seems to have, you would think, helped the younger swimmers and hurt the older swimmers. Very mental, the sport of swimming. Another full year grinding of training for the older swimmers. I'm sure it was difficult, and we say quote unquote older, where we're still talking here about swimmers for the most part that are in their 20s, mid-20s for the older veterans, let's say. You know, Ryan Lochte definitely an exception, Nathan Adrian an exception. But a lot of youth infused on this U.S. Olympic team. So Katie Grimes, your youngest at 15. I was also following the Team Canada Olympic trials, which were this week. They will have a 14-year-old Olympic team member in the 200 free. So I don't know her name, but 14 years old. She made the Olympic team for Canada. As you watch, Ellen and Gagnon lead the way moving into the breaststroke here. Faith Ellen in lane 4. The 15-year-old from Crimson. Sadie Gagnon, the 12-year-old from Gators, in lane 3. So Gagnon with the black cap with gold letters. Ellen, the maroon cap with dark letters. Gagnon and Ellen going back and forth here. Gagnon with the lead. Sadie, a 12-year-old. So a good showing from Gagnon thus far. In lane 3, let's watch her pull out. Good strong pull out. One of the things we're looking for in the breaststroke on those walls, how strong your pull out is, how far you're able to take your pull out underwater and avoid that choppy water overhead. Certainly helps. Going against that resistance. We're up to 70 viewers tonight, so this is spectacular. Once again, we welcome the Storm from Nashua. We welcome the Liquid Space Swim Club from North Kingstown. Both Gators squads, all of the Crimson squads here today. It is really nice to see a bit of normalcy coming back. So as you can see, we have a lot of swimmers here. I believe the rule in place, and we're going by state of Massachusetts guidelines right now in accordance with the CDC. 12 and unders are still wearing masks. So 12 and unders are wearing masks except when they're eating or drinking. Anybody over does not have to wear a mask. Again, if you want to wear a mask, you can. You have to be vaccinated 13 and over to not wear a mask. So judging by the amount of people we see in here, it seems that a lot of the kids on the older side have been vaccinated. So Gagnon has opened up her lead in lane 3. She is coming in. Great swim for Gagnon. 5:18.97. Sadie Gagnon, your Heat 6 winner. Ellen will take second. Lori Hero checking in, one of our regulars. What's up, Lori? How are you? If you're just tuning in, we got 3 camera angles. We got a live scoreboard. And we're transitioning into event number 2, the 500-yard freestyle. Frechette finishing up here in lane 2. So Evan Frechette, our youngest swimmer this afternoon in the 4 IM. He's from Gators. Nice to hear all of his teammates cheering for him here as he's finishing up. So a good swim by Frechette in lane 2, 6:37.56. And that will take us into event number 2, the mixed 500-yard freestyle. 15 heats of the 5 free coming at you here from Seekonk High School. Lane 1, Garrett Jones, lane from Gators. Lane 2, Abby McGuire from Gators. Lane 3, Benjamin Lee from Crimson. Lane 4, Patrick O'Connor from Crimson. Lane 5, Ainsley Nayland from Gators. And then lane 6, Nick Zerva from Crimson. Top time coming in belongs to Benjamin Lee from Crimson. The 17-year-old comes in with a 4:45.56. So keep an eye on Benjamin Lee in lane 3. He's out to the early start. McGuire Right behind him, Patrick O'Connor, Nayland. So Ainsley Nayland, the daughter of former NFL lineman Tom Nayland, spent many of years with the Denver Broncos. Played his college ball at Holy Cross. Benjamin Lee remains your lead. We have a long race here, so folks, rather than giving you play-by-play on every stroke in the 500, would love to see in the live chat some feedback around the cameras, right? So the cameras and the camera switching. How are we doing? Are we doing a good job? Do we need more of one camera and less of the other? How's the wide view? I know the wide view does not catch the whole pool. The challenge with going any wider on the wide view is if I can get the whole pool, kind of distorts it a little bit and you get more of the stands. And you're not here to see the kids in the stands, you're here to see the swimmers in the pool. So since we already had a camera covering the start end, we made the decision to go wide on the far end. So let us know how you like it. We have a full weekend coming up, so plenty of time to make some tweaks. We have both of these cameras about, I don't know, 12 to 15 feet above pool level. The camera in the far end, so the turn end, it's a little bit higher than the one we have at the start. So good, the cameras are very good. Smiles 7148 says the cameras are very good. Elisa is doing her job, and she's doing her job very well. Here, as you watch the opening heat, 500 free, Benjamin Lee, your leader, in lane 3 here. So again, we're up to almost 80 folks on the live stream. Would certainly ask you if you haven't already, and a lot of you probably have, but we would certainly appreciate it if you liked this video, and you do that by hitting the thumbs up button on YouTube. And it's just not vanity that we're looking for here. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, we're trying to turn this live stream and the archive into a recruiting tool for our Gators and really everybody that swims in a meet, swims in one of our meets, really. And the more likes we get on a particular video, it elevates it in the search algorithms. So if I just go to YouTube and I type in swim meet, the algorithm will return in the search results the videos with the most likes in descending order. So the more likes we get on the video, the more visibility we're going to get on our videos. So we have 77 people who are watching, and we have 80 people watching and 80 likes. 2 laps left here. There's the bell. Benjamin Lee, your leader in lane 3. He's led from start to finish here. 17-year-old from Crimson came in with a 4:45.56. So hit that like button. If we have 77 people logged in and watching, we should have 77 likes out there. Lee finishing up in a 4:52.23. The race for second will go to McGuire. Abby McGuire in lane 2, 5:00.27. McGuire, the graduating senior from North Kingstown, she'll swim at James Madison University in the fall. Third place was Patrick O'Connor in lane 4. So we'll move into heat number 2 of the 500 freestyle. Ginger Berry in lane 1 from Gators. Alexandra Marvel from the Storm in lane 2. Nick Kavik From Gators in lane 3, Paul Denega. From Gators in lane 4, Olivia Klipfel. From Gators in lane 5, and in lane 6, Alexandra Akhmeva. Also from Gators. So all Gators here with the exception of Marvel in lane 2. She's a 14-year-old from the Storm. Top time coming in belongs to Nick Kavik. 5:12.56. His time. I suspect Kavik and Denega will be battling in this 500 free. Denega is actually out early in lane 4. Kavik always has the big contingent of family watching. Mike, father, Diane, Nick's mother, Andrea. Andrea, yes, she's quite the fisher woman out there. Andrea's up. She goes to school at the University of South Florida. She's up this week visiting family. Her boyfriend, Lump, an offensive lineman on the University of South Florida football team. So a big hello to them. And I'm sure they're tuning in right now to see Nick in lane 3. So Kavik in lane 3, currently running second to Denega. In lane 4. And Lump is in the house. Dustin Hall checking in on the live stream. Check out those South Florida Bulls this year. I believe it's the second game of the season. They got a big one with the Gators from Florida coming in. Should be a great early season matchup for you college football fans out there. I know I'll be tuning in. Heck, I may even go down for it. I may go down for the Gators, as I say to my colleague who is a proud Clemson grad. So Lump likes you because he doesn't like the Gators either. He wants to beat the Gators, and you want the Gators to lose. So that works out good. Christine McGuire checking in. Hello, Christine. David and Deb Davis also checking in. Sam. Sam says, go Gators. Is that Sam Woodsmall? Is that my little buddy Sam? So Denega and Kavik still running 1 and 2. I suspect at some point Kavik will make a push. He's running about 4 seconds behind Denega right now. Nick very strong at sprinting and distance all the way around. A very big bright spot for the Gators. He's 14 years old. My partner has had a little bit of commentary here. I may have to turn her mic on because she may have some interesting commentary for us. Denega remains your leader through lap 15. Kavik running a close second. Denega in lane 4, yellow cap, green G. Kavik lane 3, black cap, yellow G. Dennis Trin checking in. Big Dennis, what's up, my friend? Thank you for joining in. 80 folks on the live stream. This is good. This is good, but with the number of teams we have for this weekend, each of these sessions, we should be well over 100. It's another thing that will play into the continuation of the live stream is we got to make sure that we get these viewers. So again, pass that link out to your family, your friends, everybody. Let's get as many people as we can. There's the bell for Denega. Kavik has narrowed the gap a little bit. He's within 3 seconds. Going into the final 50, Kavik always a strong final 50 push. Let's see if Denega can hold on. He's maintaining that lead. I think he will. So Kavik closed the gap, just wasn't enough pull. It will be Paul Denega, 5:07.63. Kavik will go a 5:09.32. So most likely, if we had another 50 there, or even another 25, it's probably a race that Kavik comes back. But great job by Paul Denega, 5:07.63 his time. Kavik 5:09.32. Third place will go to Olivia Klipfel. The 18-year-old from Gators should go a 5:26.83, and that'll wrap up heat number 2 of 15. Heat 3 has kicked it off. We have Ella Kunanen. Oh, I hope I didn't mess up that name, Ella Kunanen. So the Kunanen family, if you're out there listening, give me a phonetic pronunciation of your name in the live stream. But we have Ella Kunanen in lane 1 from the Storm, Lydia Kraft in lane 2 from Gators, Corinne Cartwright from Gators in lane 3, Maggie Mahoney from Gators in lane 4, Dan Brudney from Gators in lane 5, and Preston Dias from the Storm in lane 6. So I do have some information on Ella Kunanen. So Ella Kunanen, Tegan Jeffers, and Cambria Jewett. They're all YMCA national qualifiers in the 200 medley relay, so great job by them. Preston Dias, oh, here's a fun fact. So Preston Dias, a very accomplished piano player. He has recently won a New England piano competition and is part of the New Hampshire Philharmonic Symphony. So not just a swimmer, that Dias. He's an accomplished. My partner is telling me a lot of swimmers coincidentally play the piano. Elizabeth Beisel, one of the many swimmers who are pianists. Elise's daughter, Emily, a very accomplished piano player as well. Played at Carnegie Hall. Okay. Whoa, well, excuse us. So some good footnotes there on these swimmers. Always try to get some non-swimming information into the broadcast. Dan Brudney, your leader in lane 5. Scoreboard still working great. Heather Halsey checking in. Hello. Christine McGuire, awesome. Thank you, Christine. Stephanie Wasik. All right, so good feedback all the way around. We're up to 84 viewers and 33 likes. We need more likes, folks. Oh, JB Kunin. JB, you tell me I said it right the first time. That would assume that I remember what I said the first time. So the memory isn't what it used to be. Ella Kunanen, I believe that's the correct pronunciation. JB, thanks for joining us. Welcome to Seekonk High School. Welcome to the whole Storm family. Down here for the first time at Seekonk High School this year, or over the past year and a half, hopefully not the last. A lot of very talented swimmers on the Storm team. Brudney remains your leader in lane 5. He's from Gators. Comes in with a 5:35.99, which ironically is not even the top time. That belongs to Corinne Cartwright in lane 3. She had the top time coming in, 5:32.90. Brudney came in with a 5:35.99. Most of the swimmers on their 13th or 14th lap here. Brudney on his 15th, actually. So most of the swimmers on their 15th lap. Moving right along. Jennifer Gibbons checking in. You're very welcome, Jennifer. What you all can do for me is hit that thumbs up button. Get those likes on this video. This could be and is, and it will be, as we move forward, a great tool for all of our swimmers that do want to compete beyond the club level and beyond the high school level. This day and age, really with a club team, if you're not doing live streaming, you're kind of behind the times. You're kind of behind the times if you're not getting that exposure. Not everyone, as you hear the bell for Brudney, the leader in lane 5, not everyone has the time or luxury of sitting in on a 4-hour swim meet or longer. So these live streams have definitely brought a new component for all of us here in New England to the swimming experience. Brudney's going to drop some decent time here. 5:17.84, so a 17-plus second drop for Brudney. He'll take first. Lydia Kraft will take second, the 12-year-old from Gators. 5:27.62 for Kraft. Third place will be Ella Kunanen. 5:31.20 for Ella. So that's a wrap on Heat 3. We'll move into Heat 4. Sarah Conquest from the Storm in lane 1. Bella Newbern from WCP in lane 2. I don't know what WCP stands for. Oh, I think it's Wayland. So someone help me out. Bella Newbern, if Bella's parents are out there, WCP, I believe it's a Wayland, Massachusetts swim team. So welcome. Lane 3, Katie Kilcoyne from Crimson. Lane 4, Emily Kang from Gators. Lane 5, Jocelyn Halsey, whose mother is out there watching. Heather. Jocelyn's in lane 5. Sydney Brady in lane 6 from Crimson. Had a quick conversation with Peyton Brady this morning, or actually not this morning, prior to the meet. She told me, she said, Mr. Abreu, my mother wanted me to tell you she loves the live stream. So that's great. Sydney and Peyton's mother is a official for New England Swimming. Haven't seen her in quite some time, so big hello to the Brady family. Once again, Sydney in lane 6. Right now, it's Emily Kang, though, leading the way in lane 4 from the Gators. Black cap, gold G. We're in heat number 4 of 15. Tracy Mahoney checking in. Belinda Newbern checks in. WCP is the Wayland Community Pool. All right. Thank you, Belinda. So WCP, Wayland Community Pool from Wayland, Massachusetts. I believe Massachusetts. I don't know any other Waylands in New England. Massachusetts, yep. So thanks, Belinda. So David and Deb Davis are asking where you hit the like button. So it depends on how you're watching it. It's going to be the thumbs up symbol. So if you're watching this on your phone or on a tablet, it typically is like right under the video. There'll be a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We stay away from that thumbs down. We don't go anywhere near that. I believe it's the same way if you're watching on your computer or even on your TV. The thumbs up button is located typically below the video. We got all weekend, though, so if you can't find it tonight, you can find it over the weekend, but we really would like everybody to hit that button all the way through. I'd like to see if we can get up to at least 50%. Oh, okay, so Jim Erickson giving some good information. So depending on how you're watching it, you need to X out of the comments on the top right, and then the like button will be there. So if we can get at least 50% of the people watching to hit that like button, that will be fantastic. Almost to 50%. Right now, Emily Kang continues to be the leader in lane 4. So Emily has been in the lead from the beginning. A good, strong kick. You see that white water churning behind her. Tendency is in the 500 free for a lot of swimmers at the club level. That kicking will slow down. Once you get past that 200, fatigue sets in, lactic acid starts to build up in the muscles. Not for Kang. So continuing to kick very strongly here in lane 4. On lap number 17 is Kang, an event where swimmers' teammates will hold the numbers for them. Typically down on the turn end. A little bit of communication strategies also involved. A lot of times the coach will have that number holder as you hear the bell for Kang. She's got 2 lengths to go. A lot of times you'll have the coaches have the other swimmer put that number up and down fast to indicate they need to pick up the pace. They'll keep it steady if they want them to hold that pace. Nayland doing the holding of the red square, signifying the last turn for Emily Kang. She will take this 4th heat of the 500 in lane 4. So she registered a soft touch, so we don't have a time for her. She's showing a 5:15.88. That registered a little late, so in that case, we'll have to go to the plungers. You'll have to check Meet Mobile. Just curious, is anybody out there checking in on the Swim Nerd website? So I just checked in on it. And it is actually very cool. It shows the running clock. It shows the medals for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. So if you haven't already, for those of you with multiple screens, as we move on to heat number 5, we'll get you these swimmers, then we'll continue in lane 1. Grace Lunar-Deli, 11 years old from Gators. In lane 2, Joey Eady from Gators, he's 10. Lane 3, Addie Cole from Gators. Lane 4 from Crimson, Jillian Giesler. In lane 5, Anya Seo from the Storm. And in lane 6, Avery Brown from Gators. So I know I have a fun fact on Anya from the Storm. Let me see if I can find it. So Anya's mother is a former YMCA of Greater Nashua coach with the Prospectors. So swimming all in the family in the Seos family. We do have lane 6 open here, so no Avery Brown this afternoon. It is Cole in lane 3, your leader. So if you go to Swim Nerd, all one word, Swim Nerd, SWIMNERD.live. Once you get there, you'll see a search box. If you type in BGSC into the search box, or BGSC June Trials Finals, you hit the search button, it'll come up, you click on it, and then it will bring you to a live clock of every race where you can see in real time the splits and the times. So as you can see right now, I'm watching on the screen, Addie Cole is in 1st, Jillian Giesler in 2nd, Seo in 3rd currently. So that's another great addition to this software package. Not only do you get a on-the-screen scoreboard while you're watching the video, you also get this companion time, right, if they touch the wall, as Elisa so correctly pointed out, right? Soft touches don't register, and that's why we have timers at the start end of the pool. So David and Deb Davis, they got the like fit figured out. Fantastic. Dave Kaiser, Dennis Trin, loving the score. Yes. So Dennis, I'm assuming you're talking about the swimnerd.live scoreboard, which is unbelievable. So in real time, you're able to see the splits and everything. I mean, you see that on the screen as well. So it's just, you know, another enhancement to it. Yep. So a big enhancement to the broadcast for sure. Addie Cole remains your leader in lane 3. He's followed by Giesler in lane 4 from Crimson. So Cole came in with the top time, 5:53.39. Giesler had the second best time, 5:56.26. I think we have gotten to our 50%. We're over 50%, Elisa. So we have 83 viewers, 47 likes. So keep those likes pumping in, folks. We still have half of you that haven't hit that like button. I'm usually a glass half full kind of guy, but that's a glass half empty perspective. As Addie Cole remains the leader in lane 3. Giesler making a move here in lane 4. Again, let's take a look at the kicking. The kicking from Cole has recently picked up a little bit. Giesler's kicking has been strong from the start. Both of them just finishing their 15th lap. So it's a 2-horse race for first. Cole in lane 3, Giesler in lane 4. We have two very young swimmers here in Heat 5. Joey Eady in lane 2 from Gators. Grace Lunardelli in lane 1 from Gators. So Eady is 10, Lunardelli is 11. So Joey's dad, Jason, the official that you see standing next to the starter view in camera 1. There's the bell for Cole. 2 more lengths for Addie. He is your leader. Jillian Giesler remains in second. About a body length separating the both of them. Henry Frazier checking in. Swimming tomorrow morning in the 13 and over session. Henry, thanks for joining us. Henry, hit that like button, my friend. Hit like and subscribe, as all the YouTubers say. So Giesler has made this a very tight race here. Let's see if she can out-touch, and it will be Cole. Actually, it's a tie. 5:44.93. So Giesler and Cole tie for first. It was Cole in the lead most of the race. Giesler made a very strong push, not only in the final 100, but really in the final 25. So great race there as we move on to heat number 6. Charlotte Kaiser in lane 1 from Gators. Kira Wilson from the Storm in 2. Jillian Blasi from Crimson in 3. Jackson White from Liquid Space in lane 4. Aiden Wallace from Gators in 5, and Peter Zhu from Gators in lane 6. So Peter Zhu, 10 years old, our youngest swimmer here in heat number 6. It's Jackson White from Liquid Space out early. Long race here. 20 up and back laps here in the 500. Once again, we're thrilled to have you joining us. I will give you a heads up. After my partner's daughter races in the 500, it will be back to just me solo running everything, including the cameras. So I apologize in advance if I'm a little late on a camera transition. Sometimes you get so caught up in the race and the commentary that you forget to switch. And that happens from time to time, so I do apologize in advance if that happens, right? It's just the 1,000. So, you know, if I miss a turn here and there, not a big deal. You know, we'll all survive. I have a great host of people helping me out this weekend. Elisa will be back on both mornings, so a big thank you to her for helping me out on 3 sessions here today, or this weekend. I have Robin Connors helping on Saturday. So Jackson White, your leader in lane 4, just finishing up lap number 7. He came in with a 6:05.76. Bridget Donnelly checking in. Dave Kaiser checking in. Dave is in the building with us here. Dave, one of the parent volunteers. At the door, as the door marshal, which I think is the easiest job right now, right? There's no parents, nothing, no one to door marshal. So hello to Dave and the Kaiser Donnelly family out there watching Charlotte in lane 1, 14-year-old from Gators. She comes in with a 6:12.21, looking to improve on that time. Swimmers are lined up for the next heat. Since I know Dennis Trin is out there, Avery Trin will be swimming in lane 1. She'll be in heat number 7 in lane 1. So a little more than halfway through, Jackson White from Liquid Space So I'm noticing something a little interesting right now. So Jackson White is clearly your leader in lane 4, but in lane 6, whoever's holding the, well, okay, they've figured it out. They stayed at 13. So they gave him a 13 on the previous lap, and now they're giving him a 13. So poor Peter Zhu must be like, what is going on here? Why do I have to swim? Why is it still on 13? But that's because his counter incorrectly put that 13 down prematurely. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's a stressful job being that counter. It's a stressful job. I know personally my daughter has made a mistake in counting before for one of her teammates. It's heartbreaking, quite honestly, when you make a mistake for one of your teammates. Got to be on top of your game. Jackson White from Liquid Space remains the leader in lane 4, so he's had a good, steady freestyle stroke from the beginning. Very smooth, not a strong kick. Hips are a little down in the water, showing a little bit of fatigue. That's expected as he finishes up lap number 17. Body position, a very big thing. If you watch the Olympic trials over the past weeks that they talk about, these swimmers, every 100th of a second matters. There was, I believe it was in the 200 IM on the U.S. Olympic qualifying side. Top 2 made the team. The third place swimmer, I believe it was Madison Cox, 2 100ths of a second out of second place. So she missed the Olympic team by 2 100ths of a second, and unfortunately for her, she'll probably be second-guessing everything she did in that race, from every stroke, every turn, her reaction time off the start. So body position very big as you watch Jackson White finish up 5:42.74. So a good introduction to the Seekonk High School pool from Mr. White. He'll take first. Jillian Blasi will take second in lane 3. Third place will go to Aiden Wallace from Gators in lane 5. Kaiser will take 4th. 5th is Peter Zhu, and in 6th place we'll have Kara Wilson. Moving on to heat number 7 of 15, Avery Trin from Gators in 1, Dominic Neal from Crimson in 2, Owen Shandaria from Crimson in 3, Jack Kong in lane 4 from Gators, Amanda Abbott also from Gators in lane 5, and Ellen Marie Prue from Liquid Space in lane 6. Top time coming in belongs to Shandaria, 6:16.64. Jack Kong is 6:16.65. So keep an eye on lanes 3 and 4, although right now it's Meal, Dominic Meal from Crimson, leading the way in lane number 2. So a lot of interesting things came out of those Olympic trials as we were talking about. One of the things that you heard Michael Phelps, Rowdy Gaines, Elizabeth Beisel, Mike Tirico, all of the commenters talk about was how important body position was and how important it is in really all of the strokes to keep parallel and to get those hips up in the water. So whether it's backstroke, whether it's freestyle, you never want that back half to sink down, then you're creating drag. Another thing that I thought was very interesting too is when they talked about the art and the science of the turn and the art and science of the underwaters, the swimmers with the strongest underwaters typically are the better swimmers and have the fastest times, because when you come in for a turn, you make that flip turn, if you stay on the top of the water, you're fighting the current. You're fighting all of that water that's coming in on the top. Strong underwaters, you go right underneath that water, and then you come up into very calm, smooth water. So there was a lot to be learned from watching the Olympic trials and the broadcasting that came along with it. I'm sure many of you watched with your children. I know my kids we would watch every night. Now we're watching the track Olympic trials, which have been on since I think Tuesday or Wednesday when swimming ended, and that's quite an amazing trials in and of itself. Track and swimming, always my favorite events in the Olympics. So Meal in 2, Shandaria in lane 3. Both from Crimson, your leaders, both 14 years old. Probably training partners every day. It's Meal about a half a body length ahead of Shandaria right now. It's narrowing. The gap has certainly narrowed. Now this is more like it. 73 viewers, so we lost a few viewers, understandably. We're about halfway through the program. People have their kids have probably swam, time to eat dinner, so on and so forth. But we're up to over 50 likes, so thank you. Big thank you to everyone, not only for tuning in, but for liking it. Subscribe to the Gators Swim Club Seekonk branch channel so you can get notifications when we go live. Again, all of this stuff, there's a motive behind it. Helps us out with the algorithm for YouTube. Meal and Shandaria continuing to battle. So they know exactly where each other are. They're alternating their breathing, but both breathing to the left and right. So they see where each other are, both on their 15th lap right now. Shandaria's counter is a little shakwad right now. He didn't even have a counter for the last lap. So let's hope Shandaria's counter can get it together. These guys are just about even right now. As you can see, they're stroke for stroke. Both about to complete their 17th lap. And it's Shandaria who has moved out in front. There's the bell. So Owen Shandaria in lane 3, trailing Meal most of this race. So the last 25 or 50 really now has taken the lead. He's pulled ahead by about 2 seconds. So Shandaria in 3 is pulling away. It will be Owen Shandaria from Crimson taking heat number 7 here, 5:40.95. Dominic Meal will take second, 5:44.32. So great job by Shandaria and Meal. Rest of the field will continue to swim here. Everybody on their final lap now. So it should be pointed out, a great performance here in lane 1 as well by Avery Trin. Jack Kong will take third. Avery Trin in lane 1, 6:27.17. She'll take fourth. But it was Owen Shandaria, your Heat 7 winner. Heat number 8, lanes 1 and lanes 4 are open. In lane 2, we have Liam Downing from Crimson. In lane 3, Riley Wilson from Storm. Lane 5, Claire Q from Gators. And in lane 6, also from Gators at 9 years old, Victor Figet Kosarev. So our youngest swimmer here tonight, I believe, along with my daughter and Sam Howes. So we have 3 9-year-olds tonight. You're watching one of them, Victor Figet Kosarev. He's in lane 6 from Gators. Once again, lanes 1 and 4 are open. Top time coming in belongs to Riley Wilson from the Storm. So once again, a big welcome to the Storm team joining us here in Seekonk for their first meet down here this year. I don't even know if I remember the Storm swimming at Brown 2 years ago. They probably did. They probably did, but as my partner points out, my memory is not what it used to be. So I'm sure they have. I do remember some of the names. I do remember Cambria Jewett from many different age group swim meets. There's always team switching and team names and all sorts of stuff that's at play here. So we're a little over halfway through our program of the 500. Once we get into the 1,000, there's only 4 heats. I say only. Each one will last about 15 minutes. Maybe not quite 15, about 12 or 13. So the 1,000 in and of itself will take about an hour. 45 minutes for me to do. You will get a pretty much a wide view of that one for most of the race. Well, as I've mentioned earlier, I apologize in advance for if I mess up the camera position, but I'm really liking this Swim Nerd scoreboard here. Helps me to keep that up on the screen. I can see, it's tough for me to see the scoreboard on the screen because my view is very small. But Riley Wilson leading the way from the Storm, followed by Downing and Figet Kosarev. So Victor, our youngest swimmer in this heat. Third place right now. Long way to go. Swimmers just about finishing up their 9th lap. So Claire Q in lane 5 did not get, her counter did not get the number down, so she doesn't know where she is. I'll tell you, it's a stressful job doing that counter position. So my partner chiming in that every swimmer should have their laps in their head, but I'll take the other side of that argument. I'll say that during the race, especially a 500, sometimes you're trying to maintain pace. Maybe you're counting strokes. I don't know if you're going to remember exactly what lap you're on. But we can agree to disagree. That's what makes this great partnership in the mobile broadcasting booth so great. It's again heat 8 of 15. Of the 500 freestyle. Halfway through the program, exciting weekend of swimming coming up here from Seekonk High School. Tomorrow we'll have prelims for both 13 and over and 11-12s in the morning and afternoon. We'll be back at night for the finals. Once again, 10 and unders will swim timed finals tomorrow afternoon. Riley Wilson remaining your leader, followed by Downing and Figet Kosarev. So that order hasn't changed. So we will be giving you many hours of broadcasting this weekend. I would say probably 10 to 11 hours of broadcasting a day. Yes, my voice is going to be in shambles come Monday, but that's okay. I got a lot of time to relax and rest it up. This is the last meet of the Gators that I will be broadcasting. So if you saw Ray's email from earlier this week, or it may have been last week, now that championship season has kind of opened back up, the July and August meets here at Seekonk have been canceled. There's the bell. So Riley Wilson from the Storm, one more up and back for him. Riley, 11 years old, came in with a 6:31.16. So after this meet, it'll be full-on preparation for championship season. 10 and under challenge, 10 and under silvers. We have age groups for 11 and 12, age groups, zones, NCSAs, futures. There's all sorts of end-of-season meets. So you watch Riley Wilson finish up 6:17.83 for Wilson. So Riley Wilson from the Storm. Second place will go to Liam Downing. Third place will go to Victor Figet Kosarev. So Downing from Crimson, Figet Kosarev from Gators. But it is Riley Wilson, your winner of heat number 8. We'll move on to heat number 9 in lane 1. Hunter Dubois from Gators in lane 2. Georgia Davis from Crimson lane 3. Emma Wilcox from Liquid Space in lane 4. Gemma Kent from Gators lane 5. Finn Glatt from Gators. And in lane 6, Nina Lane from Gators. Top time coming in belongs to Emma Wilcox from Liquid Space. 6:46.70 for Wilcox. And she's out to the quick lead. A lot of swimming to go here in the 500. We have made it onto the final page of the heat sheet. That's always a big, a monumental point in the program when we get to the final page. Thanks to all of you who are still with us. Still have over 70 folks on the live stream. So once again, I'll point out, please get that link out to your friends, your family, everybody else for this weekend. An exciting weekend of swimming in this trials finals format. All of these swimmers deserve as many eyes on them as possible. It's supposed to be a nice weekend, I believe, here in New England. A little hot. Humidity is back. Sunday, my meteorologist partner has told me that it's supposed to be a little cooler on Sunday, so nice. Beautiful day. Humidity may go away a little bit. So that's good. Did I say hi to Tracy Mahoney? Tracy Mahoney is out there. I'm noticing Tracy on the comments. Hello, Tracy. Emma Wilcox, still your leader, followed by Nina Lane and Georgia Davis. 1, 2, 3. Heat number 9 of 15. Mixed 500-yard freestyle here on our opening night of our final regular season meet of this wacky long course season. Predominantly swam in short course pools. The lone long course swimming opportunity came a couple weeks ago courtesy of the Seacoast Swimming Association, who had a long course event which many of our 13 and overs took part in. Space was very limited at that meet. It could only be opened up to the 13 and over, so we had a good contingent up in New Hampshire for that. Given these swimmers they're really their only shot at long course swimming until we get to championships. So it was good to see a long course pool. Hard to believe that, assuming everything continues on the right path, we won't get back to Brown for long course. It'll have been 2 years since long course would have been swam in traditional, long course pool. So definitely a crazy year. Good to see things are opening up a bit. Emma Wilcox remains your leader. She's followed by she's followed by Nina Lane in lane 6. Georgia Davis in lane 2, occupying 3rd place right now. Once again, thank you for taking the time to join us. I haven't asked this in a while, so I want to get maybe for some other folks some feedback on the cameras, on the scoreboard, on all of the new features. I've heard from quite a few of you. Thank you. We really do appreciate all of that. We certainly do. But it would be good to hear from even more people on all things this broadcast. So the camera positions, the transitions, the scoreboard, which again, I am over the moon about. So excited to have this implemented in for you. 3 cameras going. Start end, far end, and a wide shot. Again, I can get wider on that middle camera to capture the whole pool. You will see a lot more of the foreground, so it will get a lot more of the swimmers in the stands, and it will distort and stretch things out a little bit. So not sure we want to do that tomorrow. I think we'll stay with the setup that we have here today. The feedback so far has been pretty good. There's the bell for Wilcox. So Emma Wilcox came in with the top time, 6:46.70. She's been your leader from start to finish, followed by Georgia Davis. Followed by Nina Lane in lane 6, Georgia Davis in third in lane 2. And you see Wilcox with the strong kicking from beginning to end, keeping those hips up even when fatigue sets in, and it will be Emma Wilcox, 6:20.08. Nina Lane in lane 6 will take second place, 6:27.39. Georgia Davis will take third. She's in lane 2. 6:38.11 for Davis. So those are your top 3. That's a wrap on heat number 9. We'll move into heat number 10. Looks like we will have a almost full pool. Lane 4 is open. Roger Zhu from Gators in 1. Dia Cole from Gators in 2. Emily Pelchat from Gators in 3. Colin Hers from Gators in 5. And Alex Picard from Crimson in lane 6. Top time coming in belongs to Emily Pelchat, 6:57.91. She's in lane 3 and off to a quick start, so keep an eye on Pelchat in 3. Lane 4 is open. Looks like we have made up times for lanes 1, 2, and 5, all coming in at a 6:59.99. So I doubt that they all came in with a 6:59.99. Stranger things have certainly happened, though. Picard came in with a 7:07.63. So this is a heat made up of primarily 10 and 11-year-olds. Zhu, Hers, and Picard all 10. Cole, Pelchat, 11. So Pelchat, your leader, through 100. Slow and steady pace there from Pelchat. Looks like Cole and Picard, lanes 2 and 6 respectively, chasing her for second place. As my partner watches this race with great interest, with her daughter Emily in lane 3 and the leader right now. Cole and Picard battling for second. Once again, early on, heat number 10 of 15. We thank you for joining us here today. Opening day. We have one of the Crimson swimmers on the far end doing some calisthenics in the stand. Look like she's doing some dead bugs. Little dead bug. I can't talk. Dead bug workout. So that swimmer's ready. She's ready to go. She's getting ready for the 1,000. She did her dead bugs in the stand, and she is ready to go, folks. Pelchat remaining in the lead. Cole right on her hip in lane 2. Once again, long way to go. Swimmers are finishing up lap number 9. So all of the counters are on the ball, including Fiona Hughes in lane 3, counting for Emily Pelchat. I know Melissa. Mother Melissa Hughes must be very proud. I can assure you Fiona will not miss a number there. Very attention to detail oriented young lady. Pelchat continues to be your leader. So you'll see even for Pelchat now, breathing every stroke as fatigue starts to set in. Her mother informing me that she breathes every stroke all the time, probably to the disdain of her coaches, because they certainly don't want every stroke breathing. But Emily doing a great job here, remaining your leader over Dia Cole in lane 2. Picard has faded back a little in lane 6. He's still in third. That's why I said that, Melissa. I know Fiona is a math superstar. She's not going to mess up that counting. If she does, we'll blame it on Mom. Pelchat continues to be in first. Cole in second. Pelchat in lane 3. Cole in lane 2. Alex Picard in lane 6. So it's been these three, 1, 2, 3 from the get-go. Pelchat has not relinquished her lead. A big breath by Pelchat before that last turn on the far end. I give all the credit in the world to these swimmers. I can tell you, I could not get in the pool and do a 500. Another big breath by Pelchat going into the wall. And ironically, she's getting stronger over the last 50. So the pace is picked up for Pelchat. She's widened the lead on Cole in lane 2. It must be her mother frantically waving to her from about 30 feet away up in the stands, because I'm sure Emily can see that. There's the bell for Pelchat. Cole making a late push here. Should be an interesting final 50. Dia Cole in 2, Pelchat in 3, Picard in lane 6. Cole's pace has now picked up. And they've gotten to the flags, and it is Cole who passes Pelchat in lane 2. So this will come down to the final 25. Dia Cole in lane 2, pulling away, and it will be Dia Cole stealing this one, heat number 10. Dia Cole will take first. Picard took second. And it is Emily Pelchat in third. So Dia Cole, 640.07. Picard, 646.72. Pelchat, a 649.56. A sizable drop for Pelchat there. 657 is what she came in with. For Cole, she came in with a 6. So Cole had a made-up time. So a great swim by everybody. It looked like Pelchat was the only one who has swam this before, along with Picard, who had a gigantic drop himself. So congratulations, Dia Cole, your Heat 10 winner. Here's Heat number 11. Chloe Burke from Crimson in 1, Mary Lee from Gators in 2, Jack Reed from Gators in 3, Maddie Hardison from Gators in 4, Phoebe Burke from Crimson in 5, and Aberlin Wayakala in lane 6. So hopefully I did not mess up Aberlin's last name. I think I may have. Apologies if I did. Heat number 11 of 15. So moving right along. In the process, the COVID Chronicles is checking in. Go Phoebe and Chloe. So that is an interesting screen name, the COVID Chronicles. Chloe Burke in lane 1, Phoebe in lane 5. And yes, nothing like a friendly bit of competition between sisters on a Friday night. So Chloe in 1, she's 11 from Crimson. Phoebe in 13 in lane 5. Let's see, Chloe came in with a 7:24. Phoebe is 7:23. So they're a second apart. I'd like to be a fly on the wall in the Burke household tonight, regardless of how this one turns out. And if it is Chloe that beats Phoebe, the younger Burke, ooh, that sets up an interesting night for the Burke household. So we'll see how things move along here. Right now it's Jack Reed leading the way, followed by Chloe Burke, Phoebe in third. So right now it is the younger Burke leading the older Burke. Jack Reed in lane 3 from Gators, looking strong with a very smooth freestyle. So Jack Reed, a 12-year-old, came in with a 7:08.36. Remains your leader. It is Phoebe Burke who has now worked her way into second place, followed by Chloe. So these two are going to go back and forth for the bragging rights for the night at least. This is the only session that they'll be swimming together. So the only opportunity for the Burke sisters to battle. That could be good or bad, as my partner points out, having two daughters herself that swim. Emily, who you just saw. Julia, an accomplished swimmer for Gators and Bishop Feion. She'll be swimming tomorrow and Sunday. Yeah, those household sibling rivalries can get interesting. I, as well, have two. Addison, who you already saw in the 4IM. Avery Abreu, who will be in the next heat, number 12 in lane 4. So a little bit of an age difference between my two, but doesn't stop the competition. Always a lot of jabba-jawing. A lot of jabba-jawing back and forth. Dia, all right. Addie getting a pronunciation on Dia Cole. I'm sorry about that. I got to remember that for tomorrow, so I'm going to write that down. And see, that's all I ask. I love the phonetic pronunciations. Helps me tremendously. So thank you, Addie. Let's see where we stand here. Jack Reed remains your leader. Phoebe Burke in second. Chloe in third. So Phoebe's opened up a little bit of a lead on Chloe. Got some background on the name COVID Chronicles. So it seems that Phoebe, Chloe, and I'm thinking COVID Chronicles is their mother, they're working on a documentary about what's going on with COVID. So very interesting. I'd love to watch it when you're done. I'm sure we would all like to figure out how to watch it. So I'm assuming COVID Chronicles, the YouTube channel name. Check it out. Melissa Hughes knows all about the jabber-jawing of siblings as well. A lot of sibling swimmers here. Phoebe and Chloe again, 2-3. Jack Reed, the leader, out of lane 3. He just finished up lap number 17. So cruising along, just great. There's the bell for Jack. He's led this one from jump. Keep an eye on Phoebe Burke in lane 2. She's making a push. So she's narrowed the gap considerably on Jack Reed over the past 50 to 75. Reed has about a 2-second lead on her going into the final 25. Can Phoebe pull off the comeback? You can see just how close they are. They're at the flags, but it will be Jack Reed who takes it in lane 3. 6:26.36 the time for Reed. Phoebe Burke will take second. 6:28.34. Chloe will take third. Chloe Burke, 6:36.87. So for now, the eldest Burke holds on to those bragging rights. And mom probably can have a little peace tonight. Roger Bonin checking in. Roger's daughters, Kelsey and Audrey, will be swimming a little bit later here in the 1,000. Another sibling rivalry situation. We'll move into heat number 12. Lane 6 will be open. Oh, no, lane 6 will not be open. So Erickson plunges into the pool. You know, I've noticed on the last couple starts, the officials, there is a significant delay between take your marks and the gun. I know that's done sometimes purposely. So the official is talking to Erickson in lane 6. So looks as though Erickson was DQ'd for that false start. Always tough to see. I know that there's a reason for the officials and the false starts need to be. It definitely breaks your heart, right? When you see especially a younger kid go in like that, you know, a little anxious at the go. Erickson, one of the top 10-year-old swimmers here on the Gators team. So moving along, heat 12 in lane 1, you'll have Eric Zhu. In lane 2, Miles Goncalves. So Zhu from Crimson, Goncalves from Gators. In lane 3, Haley Ferreira from Gators. In lane 4, Avery Abreu from Gators. In lane 5, Isabel Asen, also from Gators. So it's definitely one of the toughest parts of swimming, right? Anytime you get DQ'd, anytime, as we talked about earlier, the time when you miss out by 1/100th of a second or 2/100ths of a second. So Ferreira right now leading the way, followed by Zhu and Goncalves. So they're 1, 2, 3. Haley Ferreira, the 10-year-old from Gators in lane 3, came in with a 7:30.54. So always tough to see those types of disqualifications. One thing that I don't know, and I need to learn, is I have seen times where the swimmers have gone into the pool, but they are allowed to swim. And sometimes they're not allowed. So I know obviously there's strict rules and policies that go into play with that, but I don't know what they are. As one of our Gators North coaches comes over, wants me to throw a little Telemundo into the broadcast. Coach Alex, we try and keep him away from the broadcasting position, but he has worked his way up into the stands right now. He needs to coach his swimmers. He's got nobody right now, folks, so he's up in the stands harassing the volunteers. Now, Coach Alex, a great coach for the Gators North team. Always a good time when Alex is in the building. Heat 12 of 15, almost to the finish line in the 500. Ferreira remains the leader in lane 3. So Haley doing a great job. Came in with a 7:30.54. So it looks as though Haley is followed in lane 1 by Zhu. Goncalves and Abreu battling for third. Long way to go here, about halfway through this heat number 12. So, Ashley, I got your comment, and I know you say she's going to be upset, and I think she was initially upset, but I can tell you, I can see her. I can see Charlotte very clearly right here, about 10 feet in front of me to the right with Coach Caitlin, and she's doing great. So she's handled it like a true professional, and that's great to see from a swimmer of that age. Obviously, it can be very emotional when you get DQ'd from a race, especially a race which you don't even get to swim in, and you're here all night for that one race. Charlotte has handled it extremely well, so that's definitely a sign of spectacular parenting from Ashley and Jim Erickson. I'm sure Charlotte will rebound and have a spectacular rest of the meet here this weekend. Ferreira continues to be the leader in lane 3. She's on lap 15. As we move along, nothing worse than being a parent right now. That type of thing happens and you can't console your kid, right? You know, you're not in the building, you can't console them, but sometimes it's for the better as well. So I think in this circumstance, it may have worked out because Charlotte's in very good spirits. She's down there talking to a couple of her teammates right now. There's some laughs and smiles and such going on. So all good. We definitely like to see that. Obviously, everybody's heart breaks for any swimmer that gets DQ'd in any way or, you know, misses out on a cut or a time by, you know, the slimmest of margins. There's the bell for Ferreira. Her dad, Ben, probably watching with a big smile somewhere out there. She's led from start to finish in lane 3. Eric Zhu is in second. Abreu and Miles now battling for third. It is Goncalves to the wall first for third right now. So Haley Ferreira, the story of heat number 12, 7:30.54, her time coming in. She's definitely going to drop time here. She will be your heat 12 winner. Haley Ferreira will come in with a 7:17.87, excuse me. So 7:17.87 for Ferreira as my partner bids her adieu, goodbye to me here. We'll move on to heat number 13. So it was Zhu coming in second. Goncalves third. So once again, congratulations. So a big thank you to my partner, Elisa Pelchat, rounding up her shift here tonight. A big thank you to her helping me out. We'll move on to heat number 13. So again, if I mess up the camera, folks, I apologize. I'm going to try not to. Ben Woody Woodsmall in lane 1 from Gators. Esme Cohen from Gators in 2. Taylor O'Neill from Crimson in 3. Sam Woody Woodsmall from Gators in 4. Sam Howes from Gators in 5. And Libby Kaiser from Gators in lane 6. So another sibling rivalry here. Lanes 1 and 4. Ben and Sam Woodsmall. Taylor O'Neill, your early leader from Crimson. So listen, here's the story, Gail. Gail Erickson chiming in. If Charlotte gets extra ice cream tonight, I get extra ice cream tonight too. I think it's only fair. In the hot pool, I'm on my second t-shirt of the afternoon, and now I'm operating solo. So Gail, if Charlotte gets some extra ice cream tonight, I need some as well. My somewhat high cholesterol be damned. I want some extra ice cream. As you watch Taylor O'Neill in lane 3. In the lead. Esme Cohen from Gators in lane 2, not far behind. Then you have Sam Howes. Sam Woodsmall, in lane 4. Two Sams here. Sam Howes and Sam Woodsmall. Sam Woodsmall is currently ahead of Howes. He's in 4, Howes in 5. But it's Taylor O'Neill from Crimson. She jumped out early and didn't look back. See, I've already messed up on switching the cameras. This is why I always need a helper. I get caught up in the talking and I don't switch cameras. There we go. There's a wide view for you. We'll try to alternate with that wide view and the near side. Here, working through our broadcast, heat number 13 of 15, opening night of our BGSC Trials and Finals meet. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Here, it looks like Esme Cohen now pushing O'Neill. Cohen in 2, O'Neill in 3. So fantastic news to report, folks. Looks like Charlotte Erickson, who had the unfortunate false start a few heats ago and was pulled from her heat, she will be swimming and getting another chance here in heat number 14. So looks like she just got a little chance to collect herself, maybe let the nerves enter and exit the old body. So that's great to hear. Gail, you still need to get her extra ice cream tonight, even though she's getting to swim. Because typically, right, she gets to swim, I would say, okay, Charlotte, I was going to give you extra ice cream, but not anymore because you got to swim after all. But nope, we're going to hold Gail to that extra ice cream for sure. So great news. Charlotte's dad, Jim, chiming in on the live stream, giving me the update here. So that's great to hear and to see. Looking forward to seeing Charlotte in heat 14. Taylor O'Neill remaining your leader in heat number 13, coming out of lane 3. So she's on her 17th lap. Looks like she's about to get the bell. Oh no, Woody. Woody says what flavor? No, 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 I'm kidding. Because Woody, I know you'll get me ice cream. And I haven't even eaten dinner. There's the bell for Taylor O'Neill in lane 3. What a swim for O'Neill here. As she leads the way from Crimson, O'Neill, 13-year-old swimmer, came in with a 7:51.36. I need to eat dinner before I even think about ice cream. So it's the Taylor O'Neill show here in heat number 13. She will be your winner, 5:56.82 for O'Neill. To put that in perspective, folks, she came in with a 7:51.36. So that's almost a 2-minute drop on her entry time. So fantastic job by O'Neill in lane 3 from Crimson. Oh, I missed the camera switch over again. I am a bad person. All right, where are we here? We're watching the turn end. Let's see who will be the next swimmer to finish. We're going to go wide here. So what lane will finish next? It looks like it'll be Cohen in lane 2. So we'll stay here. There's Cohen on the wide shot. Here she is coming in for her finish. Esme Cohen in lane 2. Next swimmer looks to be Sam Woody Woodsmall in lane 4. So O'Neill, Cohen, and Woodsmall, 1, 2, 3 here. Heat number 13. So a good heat number 13. As Ben will move on and finish up here. Good job for the Woodsmall brothers. But it was Taylor O'Neill, your heat 13 victor. 5:56.82 the time for O'Neill. We'll move on to heat number 14, our second to last heat. We will have Charlotte Erickson, folks, in lane 1. So keep an eye on lane 1. That's Charlotte Erickson. She will be in lane 1. Libby Kaiser will finish up here in lane number 6. So Libby, another one of our talented 10-year-olds. 8:18.30 for Kaiser. That's a time drop. So congratulations to Libby in lane 6. So they're off. It's a clean start. Charlotte Erickson is in lane 1. Olivia Lundstrom in 2. Addison Bonner in 3. Kate Reynolds in 4. And Miller Wasick in lane 5. Camera 1 is down here, and then it goes to 2, the wide shot. So just go between, no, just go between 1 and 2. So sorry, folks, a little bit of on-air coaching. Keep an eye on this and this. These two, those are your two. So a little bit of on-air coaching here. My daughter Addison is jumping in to help me with the camera switching. She's no stranger to helping me. She did a great job helping me at pods, and many of you may remember she actually filled in play-by-play for half of a meet for me back in the March time frame. So Addison helping me with the camera position here. We'll take a look. And right now it's Wasick in first, followed by Addison Bonner. Charlotte Erickson in lane 1 in third right now. So good to see Erickson got a chance to atone for her tough start a few heats ago. Heat number 14. So I tried to get Addison to put the headset on, give us a little bit of commentary. I was going to do a little interview. I don't think, apparently she's not in the mood to talk tonight. And look at that, folks. We do have Addison joining us. Addison, say hello to the audience.
Hi.
So Addison Abreu checking in here. She's helping me, my sidekick, as we watch Miller Wasick in lane 5, remains in first, followed by Addison Bonner in second. I believe it's still Erickson in third. We'll see here in a second. And it is. So Erickson is still in third place. So Addison, talk to me a little bit about the keys to the 500. When you race the 500 or when you swim in the 500, what's your race strategy as far as your pacing?
For the 500, my strategy is not to go out too fast, because when that happens, I typically lose a lot of energy at the end, but more to gradually get faster in the race and build my speed.
So it's key, right? The 500 definitely, for the younger, inexperienced swimmers, definitely can be a race which is very hard to understand and figure out your pacing. When to go fast, when to go slow, when to really kick it in. So you'll see a lot of the younger kids that swim the 500, their last 100, they're sprinting and they got tons of energy, and that's not always necessarily a good thing, is it, Addison? That means that you could have went a little faster earlier in the race.
Yeah, no, it's not. The key is really just to pace yourself out, and because if you go too fast in the beginning, then by the end, you're not going to have enough energy. But then if you go too slow and don't start to pick it up early enough in the race, then you're going to have way too much energy at the end, and you're going to be like, oh, I could have went faster.
So Miller Wasick in lane 5, 14-year-old from Crimson, comes in with no time. In the lead, Addison Bonner in second. Charlotte Erickson remains in third place. We're going to see the 1,000 freestyle coming up. We'll have 4 heats of that. So Addison, what about the 1,000? Is it the same type of strategy with the 1,000 as opposed to the 500, or what changes as far as the race strategy is concerned?
I think it's more the same thing, except the 1,000's double the 500, so you have to be aware of your pacing a lot more, because it's a lot easier to race a 500 and swim a 500 and get through that, even if you go out too fast, than it is the 1,000, because it's just so long and the pacing becomes even more important.
So Miller Wasick remains in first. There's the bell for Wasick. Addison Bonner in second. Charlotte Erickson in third. The voice you just heard is Addison Abreu. She's a 14-year-old swimmer from the Gators, joining us for a little color commentary here, and it's always good to get insight from the swimmers themselves as to what goes on behind the scenes in terms of race strategy, race preparation, and just overall mechanics around swimming. So there we go, Miller Wasick in lane 5. He will be your Heat 14 winner. We'll get you a time for Wasick momentarily. 6:13.01, he'll take first. So Wasick 6:13.01, great time there. He came in with no time. Second place will be Addison Bonner from Liquid Space. She'll go a 6:32.67. So that's a gigantic drop for Bonner, almost a 2-minute drop on her time. As we continue to watch some of the younger swimmers, Olivia Lundstrom, the youngest swimmer of the evening in lane number 2. Olivia is 8 years old. So Addison, talk about that a little bit. An 8-year-old swimming the 500. How much of a challenge is that as opposed to someone, say, your age?
I think it's pretty impressive that she can get through the 800. I meant the 500, because I know at 8, I didn't even start swimming by then. And I think for someone my age, it's a lot easier because it's very easy to get through since we do 500s in practice all the time. It's not that long of a distance for us, but for someone who's a lot younger, they don't do 500s all that much in practice. So it's a lot harder for someone her age to get through it, and it's very impressive that she can.
Addison Bonner takes second at 6:32.67, and it is Charlotte Erickson from Gators taking third, 7:40.81 for Erickson. So Lundstrom and Reynolds still in the pool. Reynolds, another young swimmer, a 10-year-old from Gators. So both of them, I know, doing the 500 for the first time is very daunting. I think Lundstrom has actually done the 500 before, which makes this even more impressive. This is, not her first time doing it. She's done it multiple times prior. So Lundstrom in lane 2, Reynolds in lane 4. I believe Reynolds still has another lap to go.
Yeah,
she does. Yep, thank you on that. So Lundstrom, I believe, is finishing up here.
She is right now.
So Lundstrom finishing up here, the 8-year-old from Gators. She'll go in 8:54.37. Olivia Lundstrom, what a performance by her. Keep an eye on her in the future. She could be one of those Katie Grimes young Olympians, you never know. Kate Reynolds finishes up in lane 4. So once again, impressive performances, not only by Wasick and Bonner at the top end here and Erickson, but by Lundstrom and Reynolds as well. As we close out Heat 14 and move into Heat number 15. This is our final heat. Of the 500 freestyle. So two swimmers here. Lanes 2 and 3. Isabel Galva from Crimson and Kai Shinkyo from Gators. So the rest of the pool is open. So Addison, talk to me a little bit about a situation like this where, as a swimmer, you don't have somebody in a lane next to you, and you're swimming basically on an island by yourself. Does that affect how you swim, how you pace? Talk to me a little bit about that.
It really depends on the person. It can either be a really good thing for some people, but for other people, it can be like one of the worst things and they could hate it. So either not having people next to you, for some people it could take away like the stress of beating somebody, and it really just allows you to focus on your own race. But at the same time, when there's no one next to you, there's no one to push you, and so you might be going a lot slower than you realize because there's no one else there to help you keep your pace and figure out where you are in time-wise and how fast you're going.
You know, that's a really good point, because I've never really thought about the fact that swimming with no one next to you could be a pro and not a con. I never really thought about the fact that maybe it takes that pressure off of you. It's a little less distracting, and you can focus a little more on your technique. So that's really good insight and commentary, because, you know, I typically would look at it as a detriment, that if you don't have someone next to you, you don't have someone to pace against. But then again, if there is someone next to you who is slower, you're going to be out in front of them anyways. So very good insight for sure as we watch. So very good pacing here by Shinkyo in lane 3, your leader. Addison, you have something to add in too?
Well, it's also different when there's only one person, because for some people, being way ahead, it also can help them, because once you're ahead, you're like, oh, well, let me see how much I can get ahead by. But also sometimes it does not help because you like go too slow because you're like, oh, I'm already ahead. And then being behind also can also help some people, because you're trying to catch up to the person. It's seeing how close you can get to them. But then again, sometimes some people, when they're so behind, they tend to give up because they're like, well, I think I'm going slow anyway, because they have no really concept of how fast they're going, and that can cause them to give up.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, all of this shows what a mental sport, or how mental of a sport swimming is. I would put it up there against any sport in terms of mental toughness. And, you know, for any of us parents, friends, relatives of swimmers out there, know how hard these kids are grinding it out. Many, many early mornings. I can tell you that the platinum or titanium group right now, which is the group that Addison's in, they're practicing every morning, 6 a.m. this whole summer. So it's a lot of discipline, a lot of dedication. And when you think about it, you're staring at that blue or black line at the bottom of the pool for most of that time in practice. That's what you're looking at. So mental toughness is extremely important. Visualization, anything you can do to get a little bit of an edge on the competition. Addison, we talked earlier about the Olympic trials, and we talked about how your spot on the Olympic team can come down to 1/100th of a second. We actually saw Madison Cox in the 2IM miss out on the Olympic team USA by 2/100ths of a second. So talk a little bit about, maybe from your perspective, maybe it's a race or maybe it's a cut time that you barely missed, but you missed it. How do you rebound from that? How do you put that in the rearview mirror and then come back strong, whether it's your next swim or the next meet?
Well, when you miss a cut by just a really tiny bit, it's really frustrating, because you're like, oh, well, if I did so-and-so, maybe like a flip turn a little bit faster, then I could have made that. I know, for example, for me, I've been trying to break a minute in the 100 back for a little bit, and quite a few times I have gone the exact time 1:00:12. And it just gets frustrating because you're like, oh, I'm right here. It's like a 12th of a second. Like, anyone can go that much faster. But when it really comes down to that, it's hard to do. But once you're so close for so long, it really can motivate you to work harder and work the details to make sure that you can fix that next time and you can make the cut or make whatever you're trying to do.
So Kai Shinkyo finishes up in a 5:06.27. Kai came in with no time. Shinkyo has burst upon the swimming scene here this long course season for Gators as one of the top 13-year-olds, not only on Gators, but really in New England, taking a lot of first place finishes in many of the meets that he has been in. Isabel Gava, 11 years old from Crimson. She's on lap number 17, and that's definitely good perspective. Swimming is, again, another sport in which you have to have short-term memory. You have to be able to quickly forget about any failings that you may have had and move on, right? Move on to the next event. As we move into the end of our 500 here. Addison, will you be able to stay with us for the 1,000, or are you counting for someone?
I'm counting.
Who are you counting for?
I'm counting for Keith. He's in lane heat 2, but I need to leave for heat 1.
Right, so Keith Hartman will be coming up in the 1,000. Well, Addison, thank you very much for taking the time to join us here. I think the audience appreciates your commentary, and, you know, they like to hear from swimmers. So will you join us another time?
If I can, yes.
Okay, geez, I have to drive a hard bargain here with my daughter. Folks, that was Addison Abreu, 14-year-old swimmer from the Gators. My daughter providing some color commentary here as we watch Isabel Gava finish up in lane 2 again. Addison will be counting for Keith Hartman. He's going to be coming up in heat 2 of the 1,000. So Keith's mother, Neil, timing today. I know his dad, Fred, out there watching, as well as his brother, Wes. As you watch Gava finish up and put the final touches on our 500 freestyle here this afternoon. And we'll move into our final event of the evening, the mixed 1,000-yard freestyle. Four heats here. Going a little stir crazy. Ben Connors in 1, Savannah Lombardi in 2, both from Gators. Peyton Brady in lane 3 from Crimson. Chase Sameo in lane 4 from Crimson. Jack Eady in lane 5 from Gators. And in lane 6 from Crimson, Ryan Kornacki. So this is the 1,000, folks. This is the longest race of the day of our session. Peyton Brady comes in with the best time. Ironically, she's from Crimson, 10:52.77. The time for Brady. Again, I will do my best. Switching cameras. Please do not get upset if I mess up. I always mess up with this because I get so caught up in the commentary and the play-by-play that I forget to hit the button. But it's why I've had some good helpers along the way here. Lisa Pelchat, I have back tomorrow morning. Chris Mannion, whose son and daughter, Madison and Connor, will be swimming in the afternoon session. Chris will be joining me tomorrow afternoon. So a big thank you to all of the helpers out there. Not only the helpers that help me, but the volunteers doing the timing, and door marshal and head timer, and all of the other jobs that really make a meet like this go on. Charlotte Erickson with a big wave to the camera. You can't really see her, but she's right down. She's waving at the camera. We're going to get you a little Charlotte Erickson here. She wants to say hi. Waving to the camera. Thousand freestyle There will be 4 heats of the 1,000. Chase Simeo, your early leader, followed by Ben Connors. Peyton Brady, speaking of Ben Connors, his mother Robin will be with me tomorrow night as my sidekick for the final session. So thank you to Robin as well. All right, I missed a camera switch there because I'm reading some great comments. Thank you, Brian Mitchell. So it's Tegan Jeffers. And Tegan's grandfather is watching from California. So see, this is another example of the reach of the live stream. When I take a look at our analytics for the Gators channel, I believe since we've started, so that would have been March, we've had viewers from 10 different countries, which is really remarkable when you think about it. When you talk about the states, I believe we've had viewers from 37 of the states here in the U.S. So the live stream really has a gigantic reach. Stephanie Bonin checking in. Stephanie's husband, Roger, hobnobbing with all the Hollywood celebrities this week as they're filming a movie here in Rhode Island. Kevin Bacon, I believe, was one of them. I didn't recognize the female actress, but certainly was familiar in seeing Kevin Bacon. Forget the name of the movie as well. I forget a lot of things, folks, but I didn't forget to change the camera there as we watch Chase Simeo, who remains your leader, in lane number 4. Ben Connors has moved into second. Peyton Brady third right now. 4 heats of the 1,000 to close out our night. 6:49 p.m. here on the East Coast. A long weekend of swimming coming up. An opportunity for many of our swimmers to gain those final cut times that they're looking for to get qualified for whether it's silvers, age groups, futures, zones, NCSAs, whatever it may be. Last opportunity to get those cut times as Chase Simeo continues to motor along in lane 4. Last split, 32.87. So Simeo, Connors, Lombardi, 1, 2, 3. So Savannah Lombardi has moved into third place out of lane 2. She's from Gators. Came in with a time of 11:06.75. Chase Simeo, the story here though, 18-year-old from Crimson, extending his lead. Trying to look around to find another swimmer who is just hanging out that we could get some insight from, but I can tell you when I look in the stands here, pretty barren right now. Most swimmers have completed their events and have left for the night. Simeo continues to motor along. Actually will stay on this end. Ben Connors remains in second. Savannah Lombardi in third. So Jack Eady has now moved up into fourth place. Trying to see who I could grab, and really there is no one. Gemma Kent still hanging around here. Gemma, one of our talented young swimmers on Gators. Simeo finishes up lap number 27. Here at Seekonk High School. We've been back at Seekonk High School now for a couple months. It has been nice getting back. Connors remains in second, Lombardi third. Shout out to the Connors and Lombardi families, always a strong contingent watching from home. Ben and Ryan's mother, Robin. Ben's grandparents are always checking in. Ray's probably got a TV going while he practices his ping pong game for the big tournament up in New Hampshire in August. We're looking forward to that. Ben's Uncle Brian also tuning in, I'm sure. So it remains Simeo, Connors, Lombardi, 1, 2, 3. In the 1,000, we'll switch over to the near end as Simeo remains in the lead. So one thing I've noticed with Chase all the way around is not a strong kick from Chase. A lot of pulling from the arms. Certainly you would think that would fatigue him quicker. His pull on the upper body, it hasn't. He's been holding around a 31 or a 32. Let's see what he goes here for his split. All right, so I don't have his split on that particular one. We'll get you a split next time round. Connors remains in second. Looks like Jack Eady has moved into third in lane 5. So Eady has moved into third. He's pushed Lombardi back into fourth. Again, it's Simeo here. We'll get you a split on him. So 31.86 for Simeo. He's been holding pretty consistent 31s, 32s all the way through here. Eady still holding off. Lombardi will stay at the start end. Simeo a 30.86 on that 50 split. So he's picking up the pace as the race goes on. Chase Simeo, the 18-year-old from Crimson, hits the wall on the far end. He will be your winner in the opening heat of the 1,000. We'll watch him finish in a time of 10:33.23. He goes at 29.06 in his final 50 split. So congratulations to Simeo. Looks as though Ben Connors will take second, although Eady is making a strong push in lane 5. It will be Connors taking second. 10:57.30. Jack Eady will take third. 10:58.10, and Lombardi will take fourth. 10:59.15. So Chase Simeo, your opening heat of the 1,000 winner. 10:33.23 for Simeo. So heat number 2 in lane 1, Breeken Shea from Crimson. In lane 3, Keith Hartman from Gators. In lane 4, Christian Pereira from Crimson. In lane 5, Emma Ferreira from Crimson. And in lane 6, Audrey Bonin from Crimson. So our second of 3 heats in the 1,000. It's Keith Hartman in lane 3 out to the blistering start. Pacing again, extremely important here in the 1000. Hartman went out in a 27:37. So let's see if he's able to hold on to that pace. 30:65. So Hartman went out extremely fast in his first 50. Last 50 split 30:65 for Hartman. Pereira in second, Shea in third. So we'll see what Hartman is holding on his splits here. 31:55, so started out at a 27, went up to 30, up to 31. Hartman still your leader in lane 3, followed by Pereira in 4. Shea in lane 1, currently in 3rd place. Hartman a 31:77 there. I'm tempted to ask Ryan Connors if he wants to provide a little commentary for me here. Up in the stands by himself. Not sure how much of a microphone guy Ryan is. He's talking to Coach Alex from Gators right now. Hartman a 32:02 on that last 50 split. Pereira in second, Shea in third, so it's been 1, 2, 3 all the way through from them. Hartman, your leader in lane 3, 31:90. So now that the race is settled in, Hartman pretty consistent around 30, high 30, 31, low 32 with his 50 splits. I didn't think Ryan Connors would be interested in giving any commentary. Just gave him the opportunity. Didn't want to do it. We've talked earlier, Connors, one of the hottest Gator swimmers over the past 6 months. Seems to be logging personal best times every heat that he swims in. Keith Hartman, once again though, here, heat number 2 in the 1,000. The leader, 31:95, the last 50 split for Hartman. So Hartman, a long and lanky 14-year-old, very tall young man, has developed into quite a freestyler, using those long arms and legs to his advantage, maintaining a pretty strong kick as well as we continue to move along in this 1,000. He's in the middle of your pool, lane 3, yellow cap. Has that long reach. Is able to pull a large volume of water along. Finishing up with lap number 11. Hartman a 31:88, so Hartman continues to hold 31s. As he finishes lap number 21. Heat 2 of 4 on a Friday night at Seekonk High School, the opening night of our June Trials Finals extravaganza to close out the regular season portion of our quote-unquote long course season. Again, we talked about this earlier, primarily swam in short course pools because of COVID. Brown University remains closed to outsiders. I think the prevailing hope is that by the time September comes around, we will have access to Brown once again, but that could be up in the air as well, so we'll see what happens. I think as the COVID numbers continue to go down and more people get vaccinated, that certainly helps the case. Hartman, a 32.03 on that last 50. Another thing you'll see from the distance swimmers as the race goes on, and it's evident with Hartman here, he's breathing every stroke. Good job there by Hartman not breathing into the wall. Definitely a pet peeve of a swim coach, breathing into the wall. So Hartman doing a good job there of not breathing into the wall. Let's take a look at him on the far end. Again, he does not breathe into the wall, but he is breathing every stroke. 32.22 his last 50 split. We'll take a look at where he's running here. Middle of the pool, yellow cap. 32.06. Christian Pereira remains in second. Breakin Shea in lane one from Crimson remains in third. So Hartman once again coming in. 32.10 his split. Audrey Bonin has moved into fourth place. So Audrey Bonin in lane 6. Top of your screen, currently in fourth place. Hartman, Pereira, Shea, 1, 2, 3 in that order still. This is where it hurts not to have a color commentator to have a little discussion with as a one-man play-by-play during the long races like the 1,000. Watch those long, powerful strokes by Hartman. 31.91, so he has settled into a really good pace. Not many folks left in the building here, folks. As we wind down this distance session from Seekonk High School. $31.91 that last 50 split for Hartman. There's the bell for Hartman. One more up and back for Keith. 31.01 his last 50 split, so picking up the pace. Came in with an 11.09.86. He's looking to shatter that time. Seemed to get stronger as the race went on, and it will be Keith Hartman in lane 3, taking it in a time of 10 10:30.50. So 10:30.50 for Hartman. Pereira in second right now. Brecken Shea in third. So Pereira will touch second. 11:07.81 for Pereira. So for Hartman, the 10:30 came in against his previous best of 11:09.86. So almost a 40-second drop for Hartman in the 1,000. Almost a 40-second drop for Hartman. Brecken Shea finishes third, 11:46.25 for Brecken. So Hartman, Pereira, Shea, 1, 2, 3 in heat number 2. Audrey Bonin will finish up, 12:04.69 for Bonin. Ferreira coming in here in lane 5. She'll go at 12:18.67, and we'll move on to heat 3 of 4 of the 1,000. So we have some interesting storylines here. As I'm going to try and convince my daughter Addison to help me again. Okay, that was unsuccessful. So heat 3 of 4 in the 1,000. Kathleen Rossi in lane 1. Fiona Hughes in 2. Kelsey Bonin in 3. You just saw her sister Audrey in the previous heat in lane 6. Ella Bouvier in lane 4. Maddie Bodor in lane 6. So for Rossi and Hughes, I believe, the first time swimming the 1,000. It's funny, I saw Kathleen Rossi before the race started, you know, shaking out those arms, a little nervous. Rossi and Hughes, two of the talented young Gator swimmers. Maddie Bodor in lane 6. Your leader right off the bat here. Kelsey Bonin came in with the top time. She's in lane 3, 13:00.12. She's right behind Bodor. So that is a confirmation. Kathleen and Fiona, first time swimming for these two 5th grade graduates. Maddie Bodor remains in first, followed closely by Kelsey Bonin and Ella Bouvier. So 1, 2, 3 right now in that order. Both of them holding 36s currently. I'm just realizing now, as I stand here parched, because I went through about 64 ounces of water already, that my voice is really going to take a beating tomorrow. Long day of broadcasting here from Seekonk High School. It's all worth it, though. Great bird's eye view of the action. Maddie Bodor in lane 6. she continues to be the leader. Long way to go here in the 1,000. Long, long way to go. Hope you're enjoying our coverage from Seekonk High School. For those of you who have always joined us, so many of the Crimson and Gator families have probably seen the evolution of our live stream broadcast. For teams like WPE and Liquid Space and the Storm, this is your first taste of what we do. We live stream every one of our meets with play-by-play and color commentary from yours truly. You're coming in at a good time as we've made some significant improvements to the live stream for this meet, adding a third camera at the turn end. We'll get you a little third camera action right here. Also, the on-screen scoreboard is a brand new addition that's tied into the timing system. So trying to make sure that all of our fans near and far get the same experience as they would from home. Bodor, Bouvier, Bonin, 1, 2, 3 in that order. Running up on lap 15 for all three of those young ladies. It's funny because at this point, I'm not really sure what we can do to make the broadcast any better now that we've added this. So adding the third camera, adding the scoreboard. One of the things I would like to incorporate in the future is something that we did a little while ago with Addison, is getting some of the swimmers up to the broadcast area to, have a little impromptu interview. Of course, making sure that it doesn't interfere with their race preparation or their cool down or their warm up or anything of that nature. But would like to incorporate the swimmers a little bit more into the broadcast. I think a lot of them have really good stories to tell. We'd like to be that conduit that lets them get their story out there. And it's good just to hear insight from the swimmers. As much as all of you say you enjoy listening to me, you must get sick of me by the end of the weekend. So adding a fresh voice is always good. Bodor, Bonin, Bouvier right now, 1, 2, 3. So Kelsey Bonin has moved into second place. Still Maddie Bodor in lane 6. Top of your screen. So Bodor, Bonin, Bouvier, 1, 2, 3. That continues to be the order. So you watch Bonin and Bouvier on their flip turns. So what other ideas do we have for the broadcast? Would love to hear your opinion, your suggestions. What else can we do to make the broadcast better? We'd love to hear from you. This is who we do it for. We do it for the viewers. We do it for the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, neighbors, teachers. This is who we do all of this for. Maddie Bodor remains In first, in lane 6 at the top of your screen, Kelsey Bonin has moved into a comfortable position in second place, followed by Ella Bouvier. We have had some pretty funny suggestions on things that we could do to make the broadcast better. Underwater cameras has been thrown out there, to which I told the suggester if they would love to foot the cost of the underwater cameras, we'd love to use them. Now you're getting into Olympic-style broadcasting. One of the things I really do appreciate about the Olympics, if you've noticed it, is that camera they have on the rails along the side of the pool. So that camera is able to remove, and that's controlled via a remote control, and it really gives you that up close and personal view of the pool. It's really a neat perspective that you get there. Your same three swimmers here in the lead: Maddie Bodor, Kelsey Bonin, and Ella Bouvier. 1, 2, 3. So we were going to try and line up an interview with Keith Hartman. He was your Heat 2 winner. He's going to be counting for one of his teammates coming up. So we'll get you Hartman another time. Again, an outstanding performance by Hartman, dropping almost 40 seconds off his previous best time in the 1,000. Bodor, Bonin, Bouvier, the Killer Bees, leading the way. I'll tell you, I am tired just watching them swim the 1,000. Not an easy thing to do. Speaks to the mental toughness, grit, and determination it takes to become a swimmer at this level. I think Maddie Bodor is about to get the bell. So we're close to moving into our final heat. There's the bell. We'll stick with Maddie. She's in lane 6 at the top of the screen. She's holding 36s pretty consistently. So Maddie Bodor, 16 years old from Crimson, came in with a 13:26. She's going to demolish that time. So she'll finish in a 12:12.81. So over a minute drop. Kelsey Bonin will take second, a 12:20.64, which is a good 40-second drop. And Ella Bouvier will take third at 12:26, which is almost a little over a 30-second drop. So great work there in heat number 3. We'll move into heat number 4. It's our final heat of the night, folks. Fiona Hughes and Kathleen Rossi still battling through here. They're doing a great job. Rossi in lane 1, Hughes in lane 2. was Rossi to the wall first, followed by Youth. So both of these young swimmers doing a fantastic job in their first ever 1,000. Rossi will touch in a 13:20:21. Hughes will touch in a 13:24:87. So congratulations to all the swimmers, Rossi and Hughes, for their first 1,000s. Maddie Bodor, your winner. Heat number 4 will have 4 swimmers. George Lamb in lane 2. Lily Patterson in 3. Tatum Lombardi in 4. Caden McKibben in lane 5. Our final heat of the night here. We thank you for taking the time to join us. It's been a long but good opening distance session in a sign of hopefully what is things to come for the weekend. We've had a lot of drop times, a lot of good performances. McKibben in first, followed by Lamb. Patterson in third. So I'm going to attribute my performance here in the 1,000 similar to what a swimmer like Katie Ledecky does in prelims. She'll open up a gigantic lead on the field, then she'll turn off the afterburners. She knows she still has finals to go. I'm going to do the same thing for my voice here. Commentary in the last race, far and few between, as I gear up for a long weekend at the pool. McKibben, Lamb, Patterson, 1, 2, 3 in that order right now. Caden McKibben in lane 5 has opened up a fairly sizable lead. 7 seconds on George Lamb right now. McKibben in lane 5, Lamb in lane 2. .725 here on the East Coast. So we get about a quarter of the way through our final heat of the night. Heat number 4 in the 1,000. Seven-second lead for McKibben right now. McKibben and Lamb still 1-2. About an 11-second lead for McKibben. McKibben holding that lead of about 12 seconds on Lamb in lane 2. Lily Patterson in lane 3 in 3rd place. Second lead now for McKibben, continuing to cruise in lane 5. We'll watch her turn here. 12-year-old swimmer from Crimson. So McKibben and Lombardi are two 12-year-olds in this heat. Georgia Lamb, 14. Lily Patterson, 15. So as we continue to motor along here, wanted to take this opportunity as well to thank Swim Nerd. So check out swimnerd.com for the outstanding scoreboard integration. Their web browsing feature, which allows you to see the splits and the times in real time. Once again, that's swimnerd.live. So www.swimnerd.live. In the search box, type in BGSC. You can type in just BGSC, or you can type in BGSC June Trials Finals. You'll see our meet. You click on it, it'll bring you right to the heat that's currently going on. You get a nice on-screen graphic display of the lanes, the team, the times, the splits, and the places at every touch of the wall. So it's really nice to see. The places are denoted with a gold, silver, and bronze medal. Makes it really nice for you to be able to see that. You can also go back and view the results through the drop-down where it says select heat of any of the previous heats. Or you can select in the water to see the current race going on. So definitely a good addition to the broadcast. Thank you to Nate and the folks at Swim Nerd. As I talked about in the email, we'll be evaluating that purchase. So if this is something that you like, again, you have to make your voice heard to team ownership, especially as we close out the long course season and move into short course. A lot of decisions to be made around things like the live stream and the scoreboard. I think it's been a great addition. I am definitely a little biased, though. Want to thank Ray for all of his patience. So if you know Ray, he's a great guy, but when you think of patience, I don't think of the first word of patience when I think about Ray, and I can tell you he was extremely patient through all of the testing, came here on many different nights to work with me on testing. There's the bell for McKibben. So a big thank you to Ray for helping make this come true and really enhance the broadcast. Final 50 for McKibben. We'll watch her final turn in lane 5. So again, thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. I didn't get to all the live stream comments, but looking forward to a great weekend here as you watch McKibben close it out in 11:26:40. So great job by Caden. Once again, 12 years old from Crimson. So I ask you personally to do a couple things for me tonight. For those of you still listening, and there's still about 30 diehards on watching their kids compete, get that link out to as many people as you can. Think of your relatives, anybody who hasn't seen your kids or grandkids swim in a while and they want to watch them swim. Get that link out to them, get them to tune in. Want to have a very strong showing this weekend. So Pattinson in 3, Lombardi in 4. Pattinson will be next to come in from Crimson in lane 3. We'll get you a time for Pattinson. 12:32:15. The time for Pattinson. Lombardi will touch in a 12:42 flat, and that is a wrap on our opening session of our June Trials Finals distance session. Once again, we'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning. Just remember, the first session tomorrow morning is actually 13 and over. It's typically been 11 and 12, or 12 and under. 13 and over the first session tomorrow. 12 and unders in the afternoon. 10 and unders swim all their events as timed finals. The 11 and overs will be back, or can be back, for finals, which will take place Saturday and Sunday night. So on behalf of all of the coaches from all of the teams, all of the parent volunteers, all of the swimmers, the officials, the staff at Seekonk High School, Ray, and everyone else, we appreciate you taking the time. We'll sign off for now. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Have a great evening.